Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido and today we're coming from Montana City as it is the untouchable force going up against the immovable objects because the Sylphs are hosting the Ula macros and these two powerhouse sides have actually both got their own losing streaks, which is incredible to fathom. But with that said, let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the ghost types? Will it be the steel types? Let's go! That is right, the macros have actually lost their last two games, whereas the Sylphs have lost their last three. It is going to be Magnezone and Excadrill starting out for the little macros. It's Goldango and Dusknoir with that Frisk ability starting out for the Montana Sylphs, revealing that the macros are holding Leopard Berries, as do all Pokemon in the PokeType League, but that Milk Drink from Excadrill is not going to work because it is still at full strength, but it has that speed control. This allows Goldango to go for the Cross Chop, super effective there onto Magnezone, who does look to respond here by setting up a Misty Terrain nice and early, trying to weaken any potential Dragon type moves that anybody could go for in this match, as this Mist will swirl around the battlefield. Dusknoir goes with the block, looking to make it so Excadrill cannot escape, but it is not looking to go anywhere. It wants the victory for the macros, going with the court change, which is going to fail as well. Excadrill needs to get its head in the game as Goldango goes with the Moonlight, but it's also at full strength, so that is going to fail, allowing Magnezone to go with the Swords Dance very early on, getting that physical attack boost. It is more of a special attacker, however, Dusknoir with the Fury attack, this is going to do very little damage to Magnezone, who's going to take every single one of those hits, but it is only able to connect with two, allowing Excadrill to go with the Shadow Force. Now we're talking, because it's going to vanish from the field instantly. That will be super effective with whoever it connects on. The last respects from Goldango is going to be avoided by Excadrill, and this allows Magnezone to go with the Syrup Bomb very intelligently. It's not very effective on Goldango, but it has become covered in that sticky candy syrup. And Dusknoir with the Shockwave, this will be resisted yet again by Magnezone, and there is Goldango having its speed lowered as the Shadow Force will be completed by Excadrill, putting Goldango in a knockout range with that super effective move. It's able to hold on Magnezone though with the Aurora Beam instead. Goes for Dusknoir. They could have gotten Goldango off this field nice and early, but it goes with the Earth Power onto Excadrill, and Excadrill now holds on after being put into knockout range. Dusknoir with the Disable onto Magnezone is going to leave it there to struggle, which means it will get recoil damage. And there is Goldango having its speed lowered again as Excadrill goes with the Shore Up very intelligently. It is going to restore its health because it was such an easy target on the field, and this allows Magnezone to struggle, going for Goldango, getting the very easy elimination. Goldango is taken out of this match nice and early by the macros, but that recoil damage puts Magnezone into knockout range. Dusknoir could capitalize, goes with the high jump kick. High risk, but it gets the reward, taking Magnezone out with that super effective move. That is the response the Sylphs needed to go for, as well as that Mist will disappear from the field. It is going to be Skeledirge coming out for the Montana Sylphs. It's Revavroom coming out for the Ula macros, and with that speed control, Revavroom goes with the Hyper Beam, but it's not going to work on the Ghost types. They are immune to normal type moves. Excadrill though with the Acid does connect with both Dusknoir and Skeledirge, and even with that critical hit, it still doesn't get in a great deal of damage, allowing a Rock Wrecker from Skeledirge onto Revavroom, which is also not very effective. Dusknoir is going to follow it up with the Floral Healing. This is not what the Sylphs need. They have just restored Excadrill back to full strength, who was in knockout range. The superpower from Revavroom also is going to phase straight through Dusknoir, but Excadrill is going to go with the Sucker Punch, and unfortunately there's no suckers on the side of the Sylphs, so that will fail as Skeledirge does have to recharge. Dusknoir is going to go for the Flamethrower, and that is super effective on Excadrill. That is what Dusknoir needs to do, but it is now on the receiving end of a disable. It worked so well for the Sylphs. The macros have decided to disable Dusknoir here on the field, and Excadrill follows it up with the Feather Dance onto Dusknoir as well, which is going to lower its physical attack a great deal. Skeledirge with the Reflect though, trying to help out the Sylphs by making them stronger against physical type moves. And here is Dusknoir, who has been disabled, which allows Revavroom to try and capitalize. It goes with the Flying Press, but yet again, going for those moves that the Sylphs are immune to. Excadrill is going to go with the Blizzard, connecting with both Dusknoir and Skeledirge, and Skeledirge has been left frozen solid, even though it is a part fire type. It is frozen solid here on the field, and it is unable to move, and we know that Dusknoir is going to be left to struggle So it is going to be getting that recoil damage. It focuses in on Reverum to begin with. The Reverum could actually capitalize with that and goes with the Simple Beam instead onto Skeletor. So it is going to change that Unaware ability into the Simple ability. They want to try and lower those defenses surely, as Excadrill follows it up with the leer that is going to lower that physical defense of both Dusknoir, and a great deal for Skeletor now that it has that Simple ability, but it is still frozen solid, leaving Dusknoir here to struggle on the field all by itself. Now going for Excadrill, and with that recoil damage, it has been eliminated from this matchup. The Macros have taken back the leaders. Out comes Chandelure for the Sylphs, and Reverum is going to go with the Outrage, focusing immediately into Chandelure since it is the one that's not frozen solid. Excadrill follows it up with the Spite, and it is going to cut into the PP there of Skeletor, who's still frozen solid, as Chandelure goes with the Glaciate. This is going to connect with both Steel types, trying to get the elimination of Excadrill as well, and it does. Excadrill has been taken out of this matchup with the critical hit as well. The speed of Reverum is lowered in the process, and they need Skeletor to thaw out, and it has it. Now it needs to go on the offensive and take out Reverum. It goes with the taunt, telling Reverum to just bring it, and Reverum is going to fall for that taunt. But before that happens, it's also going to be joined by Copperajah. Chandelure now with the speed control goes with the defend order. Now this is much more of a special attacker, but it does have those 90 base physical and special defenses that get the boost, and Skeletor follows it up with the Skull, putting Reverum into knockout range, and it's left it with the burn as well. That's going to cut into its attack, but with that burn damage, it may be taken out as it goes with the Outrage, and it is clearly outraged at Skeletor for what it's done, and it has become confused due to the fatigue, as well as Copperajah follows it up with the beat up. This will connect for every member of the macro, so it is going to land 3 times. Reverum being in that confused state, unable to help out here, but did get the critical hit with that 3rd connection on the Chandelure. But the burn, Reverum needs to hold on, and it is able to, so it's still in this matchup, but it is an easy target as the Reflect does wear off for the Montana Variasil. Chandelure goes with the guard split, focusing in onto Copperajah, sharing the guard between the two. And there's that Steel Wing now from Skeletor, getting that easy elimination of Reverum. Now putting the Montana Variasil in the lead, but Copperajah could change that. Goes with the Vine Whip though. Does put Chandelure into knockout range, but it's not effective enough to get the elimination, as out comes Goodra in its Hisuian form. Chandelure with the Phantom Force, knowing it's an easy target, vanishes from the field instantly. And Skeletor goes for the Bone Rush. This will be super effective, but it's actually avoided by Goodra, who does go for the Absorb, but it goes for Chandelure, who's able to avoid that attack, and Copperajah goes with the Head Smash onto Skeletor and gets the elimination to level the playing field yet again with that super effective move. Skeletor has been taken out of this matchup, as Copperajah does get the recoil damage from that move. It is going to be Rotom in its heat form coming out for the Montana Variasil, and it is the Terrestrial Draftee, so it is immediately going to shed that Fire Electric typing and take on that Ghost typing that it is all too familiar with. So we'll see if it can capitalize here and help out Chandelure, as it will be coming back onto the field shortly. But first, Rotom goes with the Steel Wing, doing very little damage there to Goodra, but it is followed up by the Phantom Force. They're focusing in on Goodra here, as Chandelure is able to get a good connection. Goodra does respond with the Sludge Bomb on to Chandelure. It's not very effective, but effective enough to get the elimination and put the Macros back in front. There's only 2 Pokemon remaining for the Sylphs, and an Earthquake from Copperajah. But with that Levitate ability, it's not going to work on Rotom, but it's going to eliminate Goodra from this matchup. What is Copperajah thinking? And it is Basculegion coming out with that Mold Breaker ability, but Kingambit, the last Pokemon for the Macros, coming out with that Supreme Overlord ability. Is that why they took out Goodra? Rotom goes immediately though for the Burning Jealousy, super effective damage done to both Steel types. Basculegion follows it up with the Skill Swap, choosing Copperajah. I'm sure that Copperajah wishes it had that Mold Breaker ability when it went for the Earthquake onto Rotom there, as it will be breaking that mold. It would have actually connected, but it is Kingambit now going for the Power Gem onto Basculegion, getting some great damage there, as well as Copperajah does look to follow it up with the Perish Song, We are guaranteed for this matchup to end in 3 turns. This could turn out to be a draw between these two powerhouse sides, but it is down to the final 2 for both teams. This is anybody's game to take, but Rotom does have that speed control, immediately going for the Skitter Smack onto Copperajah, putting it into knockout range and probably wondering what it was thinking as it does lower that special attack in the process. Basculegion follows it up with the Force Palm. This is super effective, and it's just taking out Kingambit. Copperajah is all by itself. The whole complexion of this matchup has changed, but Copperajah does go for the Sludge onto Basculegion. Not very effective, very little damage, but it's left it with that poison that is going to chip away at its health. Not that that matters, because we still have the Perish Song to contend with. So even though Basculegion is hurt by the poison, that Perish count falls to 2. Copperajah needs to go for something big, but it's such an easy target. And Rotom is going to go for the Darkest Lariat to defeat the Ula Macros, who have lost 3 games in a row after such a strong start to the season. And the Montana Sylphs, with this victory, have ended their own 3-game losing streak to move themselves back into an Elite 4 position, as next round they will be going up against the Eterna Devons. The Macros need to get back to their winning ways, as they currently still stay on top of the leaderboard. Next round they will be going up against the Goldenrod Guild. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.